but possums, raccoons, they'll crawl up on top and try to dig down to that stuff. But anyhow, that's what I'm going to do with that. What else? Everything's growing. We're still having stupid weather for May. It's barely 60 degrees today, 58, I think. But we're going to get some cucumbers planted tomorrow. I got some inner tube tires coming from my lawnmower, my tractor. I got to fix both back tires, so I'm going to do that tomorrow. Right now, those tires are so old, they leak out really bad and really fast. So I just bought some inner tubes. We're going to get them fixed up. And chicks are doing fine. The second batch is doing fine. They're growing. The first batch is all incorporated with the rest of them, and they're doing fine. There's a couple roosters in there. What else? I guess that's it. I'm going to keep moving the hive. Haven't fiddled with any bees because it's just been cool. Stopped getting swarm calls, so swarm season might be over. I might get a couple more, but I might get some cutouts. I still got that cutout on that tree. We're just waiting for a good Thursday and a Friday of warm weather. So that's that. And then I'm going to start out here. We're going to get our sunflowers planted, corn planted. I already got some potatoes planted. We're going to get we're going to do some switching around in here and get this. We're going to get this changed around. I tried something a few years back to keep the deer out, and yeah, it don't work. If the deer want in, they're going to get in. Best way to keep the deer out is just shoot the deer. Have some deer dinners. But anyhow, what else? I guess that's about it. I'll keep you updated as I go here. Now that the weather's sort of cleared out, I got to get that big water container cleaned out this year. I took the pipe out of it so it'll evaporate out. Oh, my cloth fell off of it. I better get that back on, or the mosquitoes will be breeding in there like nobody's business. This morning had a young banty rooster come into the yard and hang out with the chickens. I don't know where he came from, but man, he's a fast little dude. He's just not even a foot tall. Just a little tough looking rooster. But he came and went. I don't know where he went. I think anything that would have a hard time catching him. He's game fowl, so he'd be hard to catch, you know, coyotes or fox or owls and such. But anyhow, I didn't get any pictures of him because he was not letting me get close to him. But anyhow, that's about it. I'll be back. Oh, we got her covered up. It's watered real good. I put a screen on top of it, should keep anything out. And I put a cover over it just to keep the humidity up and keep it from drying out easy. I don't know if it'll work or not. I'm not going to try too hard with it. I just want to be able to keep the critters out of it, and we'll just let her decompose. I'll let her decompose for at least a month. No big hurry on this one. I'm just going to keep making them. I'm hoping by the end of summer I have maybe 10 or 15 across here, and I'll be able to use them all next spring and make my garden a whole lot bigger. But that's the idea. I'll be back. Okay, well, we're changing the tires, the air tubes on our tractor, the old John Deere. These John Deeres, they'll run forever if you halfway take care of them. But these tires aren't held on with any more than a little spring clip and a washer. And that's the groove that the clip fits in. And if you could take these down to your local tire place and they'll charge you $30 to $50 to put a tube in them, plus the price of the tube. But it's not that hard. It takes a little bit of energy to get this tire off. You need a couple lift bars, a hammer, a couple long screwdrivers, a little determination, but you just basically start prying them off. Go around it as you pry it off until you get it all the way around. Same way when you're putting it back on. Takes a little work this way if you don't have a tire machine. But I refuse to pay somebody. Those tire places are just ridiculous. So anyhow, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get this tire and that tire over there fixed, and then our lawnmower should be doing pretty good. She got oil, probably needs a new oil filter. Probably wouldn't hurt to lube it up a little bit. I know the blades need resharpened because I've hit a few rocks in the years, but right now I'll be back. All right, just takes a couple minutes. You just get a lift bar and get it up in there. You got to break the seal, get it up in there, cut the old plug out, or whatever they call them, the air filler plug, and then the piece that falls on the inside, make sure you get that out. But you can see why these tires, they're just old and they get dry rotted. Just slide an inner tube in there, pull the nipple, the air nipple up through the hole, put some air in it, and then just reverse the process of putting the thing back on the rim. You fill it up with air and it'll seat itself. Shouldn't take but a couple more minutes, but I'll go ahead and get a tube and get it stuck in there. Hopefully they sent me the right tubes. Well, hopefully I ordered the right tubes. All right, well, there's the tube. Looks like it'll fit. We'll get it all shoved down in there. And you just got to be careful when you fill it up here, because that edge can be sharp and it can just flatten it. So you just got to be careful that you make sure you get it all in there square and everything. And start filling it up a little bit before you go putting it back in. That way you don't pinch nothing. A flat inner tube can get pinched real easy, where if it's got a little bit of air in it, it's harder for you to jab it with a tool or something like that, trying to get the tire back on. But anyhow, I'll be back. Okay, we got the tube in, we got the nipple up in place. The tube's all, you're gonna have to break the seal on the other side too, so that you can get room in there. But you can see it's a little crazy in there, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and just a little bit of air to pop it open. It's not going to keep you from putting the tire back on, but you just want to try to not much, because you definitely don't want you just want to sort of keep it in place so that nipple stays where it's at. You can also use a pair of vice grips or something like that just to hold that nipple in place while you put the tire back on. That way it doesn't fall down in there. After you get the tire on, all of a sudden it falls back down in there and you have to take it all apart again. That's your biggest thing. You just don't want that to fall in there. That's why I just go ahead and shoot it with a little bit of air. But I'll be back. Alright, well, we got one side done. It seems that screwdrivers work the best, getting a tire on and off a rim. When you're putting it back on, you need to get a table or some place that you can get up above it and put your weight on the tire itself, and then use a screwdriver. It's sort of hard to explain. One of these days I'll have one of those little gizmos that holds my phone. But until then, we'll just have to use our imagination. But I'll try to show you how you sort of hold your weight on here, and then you take a screwdriver, and because the screwdriver is skinny, and you just sort of a little bit at a time just slip it around the edge, and once you get about halfway, then it's pretty much whooped and it'll go right on. Another thing, after you get it apart and before you put your inner tube in there, I forgot to tell you, you need to look around in there and make sure there's not a nail or something sticking in there. Try to figure out the reason why it went flat to begin with. These just went flat because they're old. Motor sat outside all winter, and just the air went out of the tires. And then once you get these cracks like this, tire's shot. I found this same tire at Lowe's, $108 per tire. $108. It's crazy. I mean, if I was to, that'd be $200 to put 2 new tires on this thing. I got the two inner tubes for $25 plus tax, but 25 for 2 of them. So to go ahead and tubes, you know, yeah, there's problems with it. If a nail goes through it, it's going to pop that tube. Yeah, you got to tear it apart and patch the tube. Yeah, that's all. But $100 a tire? Holy cow. And then if you used to have somebody put them on for you,